Hi, hello. Are you a person who is people's favorite? Maybe because it is all how we make people feel about us makes people like us more. It is not always what we are attracts people, but how we make them feel is something which really make us people's favorite. So it's all about relationships and relationship wellness. Welcome to Lata Smart Thoughts. In today's video, I'm going to speak about relationships and how to maintain healthy relationships. A relationship is any kind of association or connection between people, whether intimate, platonic, positive, or negative. Man is a social being. We are in the society, in the community. We are not isolated beings. So we do need to have healthy relations with all our people among the society. So it's a very much essential for human existence. So what are the different types of relationships? Relationships broadly can be classified into three types: romantic, platonic, professional. Romantic relationships are the most intimate relationships. Platonic relationships are the relationships among friends, family, peers, or relatives where the element of romance is not found. And professional relationships, as we know, in the work zone or the work front with the professional mates, workmates, or the colleagues or whomever we are associated in our profession or career wise, or maybe to enhance our knowledge as a known. So, whatever the type of the relationship might be, there are relationship issues which exist. In romantic relationships, especially, these are most intimate relationships. Of course, different types of romantic relationships are there. The major issues are with trust and jealous. So for any relationship, to that matter of fact, trust is the very, very important element which is required. So trust issues are majorly in every relationship. And in platonic relationship, the major issue would be making your friends feeling intimidated. As you move with new friends or when you are making new friends, sometimes we make other previous ones or the older friends to feel intimidated. Such issues mainly arise in platonic relationship. In professional relationships also mainly the trust issues, the gossiping issues, taking personal things into professional culture. All these things give a chance or give a way for issues to arise in the relationships. So how do we go about this? Whenever we are starting a relationship or we have a plan to make an acquaintance into a friend into a best friend, or do you wish to have them a part of your life forever? So we have to first analyze few things and then start a relationship. So what do you want from this relationship? Are you just making the relationship something very casual or in the moment? For example, you are attending a party, a professional party, or a get together. It is just a very formal relationship or the time what we spend with them. And of course, we don't carry them along also. A long term friendship or relationship might be in the romantic or the platonic relationships or even in professional. We try to maintain few people very close and we try to carry the relationship forward. And is this the motive behind our relationship? We need to think. Or is it just with a romantic feel the relationship has begun? Are we going to look only that perspective? Or at times seeing other people in the person. Sometimes there would be happenings in the families where we get parted from our beloved ones or we move apart or sometimes we miss. So when you meet a new friend or somebody who takes care of you, suddenly people start figuring out their related member in the new person and they start building up relationship also. So we need to identify what really is looked in the relationship for. Then how to build a healthy relationship. The major three C's are communication, compromise, and commitment. These are the three important elements for any healthy relationship. Healthy communication. Develop your people skills. What are people skills? Your behavioral patterns, your empathy, kindness, openness. Appreciate people when needed. Give a positive feedback when needed. So, all these are your people skills. Be a mindful listener. Just don't listen for listening's sake or replying sake. There is a term called conversational ratio. In this ratio, 75% we go for listening and 25% we go for responding. Because when the other person wants to communicate something to you, or rather express something, a feeling or a word, we need to understand him mindfully. That can happen only by mindful listening. So be a patient listener and ask questions. It is not very formally, yes, it is same here. I too felt, me too, you too. Instead of that, ask some questions. Why was the feel? What was the reason? So that is how the connection or the bond goes strong and the person has trust or the feeling of being valued. And schedule time. Definitely any relation or relationship to carry forward, it needs maintenance. Maintenance from both ends. So you need to have some scheduled time to make your relationship strong and to move forward. And second is setting the boundaries or managing boundaries. This is a very important thing which we need to look into when we are building relationships. Boundaries always help us to decide what is acceptable and what is not acceptable so that we never feel that the person has taken away our value or we have been disrespected. So make clear what is accepted by you, what things make you comfortable or what is not comfortable for you. Allow us to know the depth of communication. So to what extent we can take the space or probe into the other person's space. To what topics, diversified topics or sometimes monotonous topics. So we should know what exactly to what level we can converse or express or communicate with the person. And third is boundaries always help us to be more valued, respected and self-care. Instead of having issues and sorting out, always it is ideally good to have mutual respect and go along with that. And number three, after having a healthy communication and setting our boundaries, what are we in the relation exactly? What is our role? We should be always positive and be better. How can we do that? Focus on EI, emotional intelligence. So you always should focus on your emotional intelligence because never your empathy or kindness should be taken or to be granted as for weakness by others. So you need to take care of your emotional intelligence and self-care. And we should be trusty, loyal, honest and genuine patience, genuine listening, genuine understanding is expected from us. Forgive and accept the flaws. Forgiveness is always better. It projects or it makes us better person. So people are people. Accept them as they are. Don't always look for perfections, but please do accept with flaws. But definitely we can work out to come out of the flaws, but not necessarily to expect as per our designs. Allow personal space. So once the boundaries are clear, we can allow the people to have their own personal space and never to trespass into it. Never lie or manipulate. Trust issues or jealousy issues start only from here in any relationship. Sit, talk, converse, and rediscover the reason for the issues, but never try to lie and manipulate where the transparency is lost. Fight fair, be flexible. So definitely fight fair. There is a reason it is to be spoken. It is not always with the egos, but admittance and acceptance. Binding, and it is not always questioning, but it is always clarification. Be polite, firm, and affirming. Need not be stubborn, but be polite and firm, have a say, and keep affirming the positive thoughts. So, all that healthy relationship has support, openness, unconditional love, commitment, good communication, anger control, honesty, compromise, trust, fighting fear. Let us never come out of these qualities when we are looking to have a happy relationship with our peers, friends, family. So be yourself, focus on things what you can control. Keep your efforts, never give up without efforts. But in spite of all your efforts, if nothing works, just smile and let it go. Because instead, being and losing yourself, walking out gently keeps you what you are. Thank you. And if you find the content is useful, please share.